It has turned out to be a lovely evening for a ball game here at Memorial Field in Osseo. Totino Grace and Osseo. The Eagles won their last game. They're 1-5. The Orioles are 4-1. We had heavy rain move through the area a little bit earlier, but we're going to play ball tonight. And the good news is the rain we got is going to keep the dust down tonight. There is a bit of a breeze here for the ball game this evening, and you can see the Totino Grace Eagles wrapping up infield, and we're just going to be minutes away from getting this one started tonight. And who knows? We may actually play under the lights tonight. The lights are on here at Memorial Field. Totino Grace coming in. Once again, they dropped their first 5 to Anoka, Robbinsdale, Armstrong, Andover, Rogers, and Champlin Park. They've been shut out a couple of times, but they got a win at Coon Rapids on Saturday, 13-10. So they finally got the bats going in that one. So the Eagles are 1-5. Meanwhile, the Orioles are off to a solid start, 4-1 in their first 5. They won their first 2 at Rogers and against Bloomington Jefferson. They dropped a 4-1 decision at Elk River before coming back and beating Coon Rapids on Thursday, 6-3. And then the Orioles were in action last night and shut out Centennial 6-0. We had a really nice crowd for the JV game. Once again, they had to dodge some raindrops during that one, but it looks like we're going to be rain-free tonight. The winds are going to stay up, and things are going to get cool. And oh, by the way, the wind is blowing out to center field at the moment here in Osseo for the ball game tonight. Steve Thompson, of course. We're going to come back and get this one going here on CCX. We are ready to go. Little night baseball here in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Totino Grace visiting Osseo tonight. The wind is blowing out, and we expect the raindrops to stay away. Once again, we had rain move through this afternoon, but we're in pretty good shape for the ball game here tonight. It will be a bit cool by the end of the ball game, but we should be able to get it in tonight. Once again, Totino Grace 1-5. They won their last game. The Osseo Orioles are 4-1. They've won 2 in a row, and you see the Eagles line up there. Rance, Molitor, Gallitzer, Hyford, Hill, Westfall, Hand, Zach, and Morrill is the lineup for the Eagles tonight. We look forward to see them. And, of course, we look forward to see the Orioles in the outfield. So, Voravong, Partanen, and Sheska in the outfield. Around the infield, Johnson, Hag, Weeum, and Kranz behind the plate. Fino, and then, of course, on the mound, Cooper Skov. He has appeared in a game this year, 1 1/3. He has no decision. Skov, the right-hander, on the mound here for the Osseo Orioles, and you see him right there as he's just about ready to go, and our leadoff hitter is ready to step in for the Totino Grace Eagles tonight. And that is Jake Rance. A little bit more about Skov and his appearance so far this year. Faced just 5 batters. Once again, no decision, gave up a hit. Didn't give up a run, struck out 1, and stranded 2 in that lone appearance. And there's strike 1 of the ball game. And we are underway tonight here on CCX. Thanks so much for joining us. Of course, the crew had a challenge setting up with that heavy rain, getting the cameras set up and everything, but we've got it dried out, and we are ready to go. Here's Scope's pitch. That is outside, 1-1. Rough start for the Eagles. They dropped their opener to Anoka 2-1 Played Armstrong tight in a 6-4 loss. Got shut out by Andover 2-0. Know how good the Huskies are in this league year in and year out. Here's a ground ball to second. Weeum up with it. Throw to first in time. One away. Rance retired 4-3, and that'll bring up Adam Molitor. They got blown out by Rogers 13-4 to fall to 0-4. Then they got shut out by a solid club, Champlin Park at home in Fridley, 5-0. And then the Bats were booming, and they beat Coon Rapids on Saturday, 13-10. Molitor, a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. So Scove pouring in strikes. They've got an artificial mound and an artificial home plate area. Here's a ground ball. Weeum gobbles up that one. And Molitor's retired 4-3. Quickly 2 away, top of the first, and that's going to bring up Matthew Gallitzer. Gallitzer playing down at first base, wearing number 12, right-handed batter. Digging in, and what figures to be a chilly night, there is the threat of frost overnight tonight. There's one upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 the count. A challenging field for the catcher here, because when they look to their right or look down to first base, they're looking right into that setting sun. There's one way upstairs, goes all the way to the backstop. And now 2-0. 2 away. Eagles batting here in the top of the first inning. Isaac Johnson at third, Hag at short, Weeum at second, already a couple of assists, and then Kranz down at first. And Weeum has a chance to tie that record. 3 assists in an inning, and there's a walk. Gallitzer's going to get a walk. 1 on, 2 away, and that'll bring up Tommy Helford, the DH. Heiferd's a junior, batting in the cleanup spot. Big, tall kid digs in the left-hand side. Lefty-righty battle here with the runner at first. We'll see if Skov pays attention to that runner. And ball 1, 1-0 the count. Outfield, Savorovong in left. Partonen in center and Sheska in right. One on one now the count. Once again that runner at first. 2 away here, top of the first. That one just missing 2-1. As we look off to the northwest, we may be in the sunshine here for a while. We just want to keep that rain away. Now 3-1 the count. Scott was able to get Rance and Molitor on groundouts. Then Gallitzer had the walk. And there's one right back to the pitcher. Scope's going to run over, toss it underhand. 1-3 the put out. So the Eagles get 1 on. They leave 1 and after a half inning. We are scoreless. Orioles coming to bat. We're going to take a look at that Oriole batting order as they get ready to bat in the bottom of the first. Congrats all around in that dugout. Leading off, Savorovong. He is the left fielder. Johnson playing at third, bats second. Haig, the shortstop, bats third. Sheska, the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Pitcher Skov in the number 5 hole. Partonen in center field. Weeum is in that 7th spot, batting second. Kranz at first will bat 8th. And Finau, catcher, that in the number 9 spot for the Orioles tonight. And, of course, Joe Lavin, their head coach. And here's Totino Grace defensively in the outfield. Hand. Franzak in center, Molitor in right. And then around the infield, Hill at third, Rowell at short, Rance at second, Gallitzer at first. And then behind the plate is Zek. And we'll take a look at the starting pitcher for the Totino Grace Eagles. Another right-hander, Kellen Westfall. And he's taking his warm-up tosses in the sunshine. It's also a tough field for a left-handed pitcher because when they go into the windup, they're looking right at that setting sun over at first base. So it is it's certainly going to be a factor if the sun stays out. And it looks like it's going to be out for a little bit before we get a little more cloud cover. Here in Osseo, just off Highway 81. This field's been here for a long, long time. The home Osseo baseball, a wonderful setting. Some of the buildings have changed around this field, but the high school sits just to the north, and we're ready to go for the Orioles here in the bottom of the first. No score. Colin Westfall is ready to go and digging in. Jordan Savoravong, the left fielder. Savoravong this year played in all 5, 19 plate appearances, 14 at-bats, batting .429, so he's been an effective leadoff man. There's one low and away, ball 1, 1-0. Savoravong, 8 hits, 4 singles, couple of doubles, 2 RBI. Scored 6 runs, walked 4 times. And here's one hit high in the air to right field. The right fielder's got it. That's Molitor. Get it way up in the air. One away, nobody aboard for the Orioles in the bottom of the first. And that's going to be Isaac Johnson playing at third base. Johnson played in all 5, 18 plate appearances, 16 at-bats, batting .312. 5 hits, 4 singles, a double. RBI, a couple of runs and a walk. Looks at strike 1. Orioles off to a good start this season in a very good league. A lot of good teams here in the Northwest Suburban. Known for baseball. A swing and a miss. And now he's in an 0-2 hole. Nobody aboard, bottom of the first. Braden Haig, the shortstop, waiting on deck. Westfall waits for the signal and delivers. That one's low and away, now 1-2. Trying to get him to chase, but Johnson no part of it. This one hit high and deep to left field, going way, way back. And that's going to go all the way to the fence, split hand and left, and Franzik in center field. He's headed around second, dives into third, and they got him at third base. Quite a relay, and the tag put on Johnson. Tried to stretch that double into a triple and got nabbed. Now 2 away and nobody aboard. Well, he hit it a ton all the way to the gap in left center field, but the Eagles relay that into the infield and nail him. You can see this shot. Braden Haig, the shortstop, getting ready to dig in all the way to the wall. But an effective relay into third base to get him. 2 away, nobody aboard. Westfall's pitch. This one hit in the air to left field, not nearly as deep. And it drops into no man's land between short, center, and left. That'll be the first hit of the ball game, and with 2 away, the Orioles have 1 on. Gonna take a look at this relay from left center all the way to the bag, and the tag put on by Hill to retire Johnson. 8.65 on the putout. That's what I saw anyway. 2 away, once again a runner at first. First hit of the ball game. Haig a moment ago. That one chopped foul by the right fielder, Gavin Sheska. Sheska this year, a couple RBIs. 13 at-bats, hitting .462. He's certainly off to a good start this year, and an opportunity here in the bottom of the first. Big swing and a miss. Now he's in an 0-2 hole. But Franzik and Hand converged, and Made a good relay throw to get Johnson down at third base. There's a curveball that misses, now 1-2. Westfall trying to get him to chase, and Cheska wouldn't bite. Waiting on deck, the pitcher, Cooper Scove. Westfall shakes it off. Good look at the runner. That's a great shot from our crew. Runner goes. This one smashed to right. Solid hit. Scooped up by Molitor. His relay into the infield goes all the way through. That'll set up runners at the corners with 2 out. Cheska a solid single. And now with Hag at third and Cheska at first, that's going to bring up the number 5 hitter pitcher, Cooper Scove. Scove this year played in 3 games, 8 at bats, 625, 3 singles, 2 doubles, 1 RBI. He's walked 1, struck out once in his plate appearances this year, but Scove an opportunity here. The bottom of the first to give the Orioles a lead against the visiting Eagles. Westfall in a jam, taking his time. Delivers up high, ball 1. Johnson array a stretch, trying that double to a triple, then back-to-back singles by Hag and Cheska. Orioles in business. 1-0 pitch to Scove. Low and inside. 2-0. Orioles have put up some runs already this year in their 4 wins. Westfall's pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. He needed that one big time. 7-6 in that win over Rogers. Then they beat Bloomington Jefferson 1-0 here. Lost to Elk River 4-1. Then scored 6 in a 6-3 win over Coon Rapids. Shut out Centennial 6-0. That ball game was yesterday. There's another strike at the ladders. Scove not so sure about it. 2-2. 2 away. Runners at the corners. Westfall trying to dance out of a jam here in the sun in the bottom of the first. And that's a called strike 3 at the ladders. And Kellen Westfall gets out of a jam, but the Orioles get a couple of hits, leave 2. And after 1, Totino Grace and Osseo are scoreless here on the CCX. And we are back as we go to the top of the second inning. Sun still shining. The Orioles missed an opportunity. They had that double back-to-back singles. Chris had double erased on the runner trying to stretch that into a triple. That was Isaac Johnson. Good relay throw by the Eagles. The Orioles strand 2 in the bottom of the first inning. And now Cooper Scove goes back to work. Gonna get one more warm-up toss, and then we are ready to go. And We're going to see 5, 6, and 7 at Eagles order. It's Noah Hill. Hill's going to dig in against Cooper Scove. There's a strike. And the Sears played in all 6. 16 at-bats, 250. That one hit toward third down the line. That's a fair ball. Hill's going to take a turn, and it's going to be held to a long single. Got that right by Isaac Johnson at third base, but Savarovong and left came over and relayed it quickly into the infield. First hit of the game for the Eagles. It's a leadoff single for Hill. Going to bring up Kellen Westfall. There's one right back to the screen. He was on it, just under it. Westfall this year, 18 plate appearances, 389, 7 hits, 6 singles, a double, 3 RBI, has a walk, struck out 4 times. Tried to bunt. That one gets by the catcher. I don't think it got the bat. I just think that got off the catcher's glove. Fino. And the runner moves down. That'll be Hill at second base with nobody out. Westfall still at the plate. Going to use the DH for the center fielder, Franzik. Well, not bad. There's one way up high. That one got away from Skull, but it is getting cooler. Getting that grip on these cool days. Play baseball in Minnesota, you know how that goes. Sometimes that ball gets slippery and hard to get a good grip on it. And now the count 2-1. Westfall. Batting in the 6th spot. Waiting on deck, Tyler Hand. Pitcher against pitcher here. Good curveball by Skov and gets his own 2-2. Good pitch. Concession stand right behind home plate, and it is well stocked. The grill's fired up. You can see that in the shot there. It smells great. Wish I could squeeze in a dog between innings, but I don't know. Here's Skov's pitch. Called strike 3. His first strike out of the game. Now with one away and a runner at second base, that's going to bring up Tyler Hand playing in left field. Look at that pitch. Locked him up. And this year, 273. Looks at one high and tight. 3 hits, all singles. Has a walk, couple of strikeouts early in this season. As we pointed out earlier, the exception of that win over Coon Rapids on Saturday, they have struggled at times to score runs. There's one way up high. Now 2-0 the count. Check of the runner by Skov. He'll deliver. Look out, high and tight. 3-0. I had a couple get away from him here in this inning. Let's see what he does here in 3-0. He gets a strike at the letters. This home plate umpire has been calling the high strike. We've seen that here through an inning plus. There's a curveball that misses and a walk. Second walk given up by Skov, and now runners at first and second and one away. I'll bring up Tyler Zach. Zach the catcher. Let's see what he's done this year. Second his second game of the year. Hits one in the air to center field. Partonen has it, and he'll throw a dart into the infield. Grabbed by Haig. What an arm. Logan Partonen waited for that one and fired it back into the infield. Now runners at first and second and 2 away. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Braden Morrell, playing at shortstop. That was a terrific throw. Quickly get it back into the infield. No chance to move up on that. Pitch from Skov. There's a strike. After giving up the single, got a strikeout, then a walk, then the fly ball to center. The 0-1 on the way. There's a curveball strike, strike 2. So now Skov a pitch away from getting out of the top of the second inning. Well, 11 at-bats this year, hitting 182 for the Eagles. That one chopped foul. 50 play by the third base coach over there. Head coach Mike Smith. I mean, it was a easy hop, but he still made the play. Runners at first and second, 2 out. 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Beware those people that grab the parking spots close to the ballpark. It's tempting, but I usually end up a block away. I don't need any damage to the vehicle. That one locks him up. Skov gets a strikeout, his second of the inning and his second of the ball game. So Totino Grace gets 2 on, but they leave 2. And we've played 1.5. We're still scoreless here on the CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Here's some of the fans bundled up for the ball game tonight. Once again, didn't look good this afternoon when we had heavy rain move through the Northwest Metro, but it moved through quickly, and we're in good shape for the ball game tonight. The breeze continues to blow straight out to center field here in Osseo at Memorial Field. And we do go to the bottom of the second inning, and the Orioles are going to send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. Partonen, Weeum, and Kranz against Kellen Westfall. Westfall got into some hot water, did give up 3 hits. Booming double to Isaac Johnson. He was thrown out at third base. And Haig had a single, Shesk had a single. Skov struck out to end the inning. Partonen in the center field digs in against Westfall. First pitch of the frame. That is ball 1. 1-0 the count. Eagles 1 hit, Orioles 3 hits. That one, liner to third, grabbed by Hill. Quickly 1 away, and that'll be Tyler Weeum. Wearing number 4, playing at second base. I love that synergy. The number matches the position. Weeum this year, 4 games. Stepped up to the plate 12 times. 10 official at-bats, batting .300. Looks like ball 1. 3 hits this year. A couple of singles. He has a double on his resume. And an RBI. Down low, 2-0 to William. Couple of walks. And has struck out once this year for the Orioles. Westfall's pitch. That misses. And now 3-0. Tyler William. There's a strike, 3-1. So Westfall able to get it over. Hasn't walked anybody. Has one strikeout in the book. That one lifted high in the air to right field. Coming on Molitor. He's got it. 2 away. Brennan Kranz will dig in for the Orioles. He's playing down at first base wearing number 18. Tell you a little bit about Kranz so far this year. 5 games, batting .308. 4 hits, all singles. Here's a couple RBIs. Scored 3 runs. That one fouled to the screen. 0-1 the count. Has a walk, 4 strikeouts so far this season for the Orioles. Good looking uniforms, those bright whites here at home. Good sharp look. There's a strike now, 0-2. 2 away, nobody aboard. Bottom of inning number 2. Big thanks to John Jacobson and Jay Wilcox. They point down to the bullpen and call my number. And here I am tonight with the great CCX crew. Always fun to work sporting events. And you're not done with me yet. Tomorrow night, girls lacrosse in Rogers. Armstrong Cooper at Rogers tomorrow night. That is a 6 o'clock start. 1-2 the count, 2 away. Nobody aboard for the Orioles. Kranz at the plate. Catcher Fino waiting. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Westfall. And we have played 2. We are still scoreless here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
They have as good a concession stand as anywhere in the conference here in Osseo. Like I say, they fire up the grill and plenty of stuff. Like I say, I don't have enough time between innings to sneak over there and grab something. It sure smells good. And Cooper Skov begins his 3rd inning of work, starting pitcher for the Orioles. Battery mate Gavin Fino behind the plate. We go to the top of the order, and Jake Rance, he grounded out to start the ball game. He hits one high in the air to shallow center field coming on Partnan. And he puts it away. Quickly 1 away. That'll bring up Adam Molitor. He grounded out. Molitor's a really tall kid. Senior for the Eagles. There's a strike. Cooper Skov off to a good start here in the inning. Molitor 222 on the year. 4 hits. There's a swing and a. All right, I should say 1-1 now to count. My apologies. Ball one and then swinging strike one. One away, nobody aboard. Number 2 man in their order. That one down in the dirt. About a 58-footer there. That is blocked by Fino. Now 2-1 the count. Actually, they've updated the scoreboard. It is now 1-2. Now 2-2. I thought it was 0-2, but I went with the board, and my mistake. There's a called strike 3. Mauder caught looking, quickly 2 away, top of the third. That is the third strikeout for Cooper Scove. Here in his first start of the year for the Orioles, second appearance. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Matthew Gallitzer. He had a walk in inning number 1. Curveball, strike 1, 0-1. Scove has settled in here in the third. That one hit toward third, knocked down by Johnson. He's going to hold it. He knocked it down, but not better of throwing it across the diamond. Gallitzer reaches. Be an E5, and that'll bring up Tommy Heifert. Heifert grounded out to the pitcher to end the first. He takes a big cut there, and it's 0-1. Letzer hit it hard. Johnson was on it, just couldn't come up with a cleaning. Scove pulled the string on that one, and now he's quickly ahead 0-2. 1 on, 2 out, top of the third inning. For visiting Totino Grace, trying to win their second straight. Their second ball game of the year. He goes upstairs and gets him on 3. 4th strikeout for Scove, and we have played 2.5, and we're still scoreless here on the CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Here we go, bottom of the third inning in Osseo. It's the Orioles and the Eagles. Thanks so much for joining us. Number 9, the hitter in the Orioles order to get us started. Gavin Fino, the catcher. And then to the top of the order, Orioles, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Totino Grace, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Kellen Westfall's first pitch. This is outside, ball 1, 1-0. Fino this year, appearing in his 4th game, 7 at-bats, 286 on the year. Had a couple of hits. That one foul. 1-1 now the count. Walked once. Fino behind the plate for the Orioles in white. Voravong waiting on deck. One-two pitch on the way. Don Lowy checked his swing. 2-2 now the count. You know, leadoff hitter trying to get aboard. Turn that order around. That one hit high and foul. 2-2 now the count. This one hit towards second on a hop. Rance grabs it, throws him up. One away, and we go to the top of the order. Severovong, bat, popped out to right field to start the ball game for the Orioles. Westfall's pitch, a little high. Once again, they've been calling that high strike, but that was a little bit above the letters. There's a good fastball and a strike, 1-1. Busy week continues for Osseo. They'll be at St. Louis Park tomorrow. Now 2-1 the count. And then Thursday at Andover. 4 games this week for the Orioles. They get Friday off. There's a strike. Now 2-2. That one right at the letters. There's Severovong. Isaac Johnson waiting on deck. That one outside, good eye, 3-2. We haven't had a ton of full counts in this ball game. Been moving right along. One away, nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. There's a curveball. He just got a piece of it to stay alive. I think if he would have let that fly, he would have had a walk, but one thing Westfall hasn't done is he hasn't walked anybody. This one lays to right. That's down for a hit. Good play by Molitor to keep it in front of him because that hit the grass and stayed down out there. So Severovong, a solid single, 4th hit of the game for the Orioles. That's going to bring up Isaac Johnson, who had that booming double to the fence at left center field. And he was thrown out trying to stretch to a triple. Good relay by the Eagles. Severovong takes his lead over at first. And the pitch. That misses ball 1. Braden Haig waiting on deck. He already has a hit in the game for the Orioles. Trying to do a little damage here in the third. Severovong dives back in after that check throw. Westfall out of the stretch, keeping a close eye on Severovong. He's going to run, and that one's fouled out of play. That one should get out of play. Going over there to take a look. Gallitzer, but he couldn't get to it. And the count rides along at 1-1. Severovong, certainly good speed. As you can see, they already got 3 steals this year, looking for number 4. Hasn't been caught. You know why Totino Grace trying to keep him close.
Here we go.
Severovong dives back in. Waiting at the plate, Johnson. Westfall delivers. That one outside. Runner goes. Another stolen base for Jordan Severovong. And now the count 1-2 to Johnson. That was a tough pitch for the catcher to deal with. You can see the speed and dives in there. Not much a catcher Zach could do there. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one misses outside. Now 2-2. Orioles have a threat going here in the bottom of the third. Of course, they had one going in the first, then went down 1-2-3 in the second. Kellen Westfall checks the runner. Good fastball. And a good job by Johnson to get a piece of that. Boy, Westfall really can change speeds and can really bring that fastball, and he did in that spot. Johnson did a good job to get a piece of it. There's an off-speed pitch to third. Hill grabs it, looks the runner back, throw to first in time. Good play by Noah Hill. That gets Johnson 5-3. And now with 2 away, that'll bring up Braden Haig to the plate. He had a single in the first, left stranded. Haig this year 389. And he got 8 hits. Had 7 coming in, already 1 on the resume. He's trying to put the Orioles in front here in the bottom of the third. A threat of rain, but the temp's going to crater tonight. It's going to threat of frost. This one right back up the middle into center field. Severovong around third, headed for the plate. Relay cut off, and the Orioles lead at 1-0 on an RBI single by Haig. Severovong got the stolen base into scoring position, and Haig delivers the 2-out hit. Here's a look. Solid knock right up the middle. No chance for the Eagles to cut off the speedy Severovong as he slides in safely. That'll bring up Gavin Sheska, the right fielder. Sheska had a hit in the first. You see Haig, the RBI man, down at first base taking his lead. This one, little number foul in front of the Orioles dugout on the first base side. Count 0-1. The 5th hit of the game for the Orioles pays dividends. They have a 1-0 lead, looking for more against Westfall. Runner goes. This one to short, grabbed by Morrell. His throw across in time. Sheska retired 6-3. But the Orioles get a run on 2 hits. They leave 1, and after 3, they have the lead. They're at home on the CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there, choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
There you see Cooper Skull, Orioles starter, getting ready for his 4th inning of work. You see the numbers here. The Orioles 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. The Eagles no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And starting to pile up the strikeouts. Has 4 so far in the ball game. The only bugaboo, 2 walks.
Mike, never know.
There's Mike Smith, Eagles head coach, looking for a rally. And Noah Hill fouls that first one off, and it's 0-1. Eagles just have one more game this week, and they'll be at Blaine on Saturday. They host St. Thomas Academy, so they're spreading them out a little more. The Orioles, as we mentioned, playing 4 in a row. Well, tonight he had a hit in the second. Lone hit of the game for the Eagles. There's a strike now, 1-2. Well, Scove in his second appearance, first start doing a good job for the Orioles tonight on their home field under the lights. There's one up high, now 2-2. They still have plenty of daylight, but the lights have been on since we got to the park today. This one hit on the ground in the hole. Grabbed by the shortstop, Hag. He throws it. That's wide. He's going to move down to second base. We'll take a look at that one, but hit in the hole between Johnson and Hag. Hag's throw wild. And Hill's going to be standing down at second base, and that'll be error number 2 on the Orioles. We'll see the play right here. Tough chance. Hag grabs it. Off balance throw well wide of the bag, and that's going to allow Hill to move down to second base, and this is going to bring up Kellen Westfall, starting pitcher for the Eagles. Showed bunt for a moment. Instead takes ball 1. The Eagles get a threat going right away here in the 4th with the leadoff man aboard. Another one up high. 2-0 now the count. There's a strike, 2-1, so Scove finds the strike zone. Didn't have a strikeout in the first, had 2 in the second, added 2 more in the third. If you're keeping score of the first 3, we're looking. Finally got a swinging strikeout to end the third frame. There's another curveball and a strike, 2-2, so Scove battling back. Catcher Gavin Fino still dealing with that sun off to his right. You can see. Tough to glance down to first base. There's a swing. Did he get a piece? I think he did. Didn't get much of it. We're playing a pickup games in the area. You can see that sun there, and what the catcher looks at down toward the right field corner and what our cameras are seeing. Scove's pitch. There's a curveball at the letters, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Scove and a big one. 4th looking in the game. The runner still at second is Hill, and that's going to bring up Tyler Hand, the left fielder. Hand picked up a walk in his first plate appearance. Now we got another window of bright sunshine here at Memorial Field in Osseo. There's another strike. Good pitch. As I mentioned, Scove's walked a couple, but he's also poured it in there when he needed to. He's protecting a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. I figure on this chilly, breezy evening that runs are going to be a premium. And it certainly turned out that way. Scove had to step off as he checks the runner. Once again, Hill hit it on the ground. Throwing error by Hag allowed him to move over to second. That's where he's taking his lead right now. The 0-1 pitch. Chop foul now, 0-2. So Cooper Scove getting ahead of things here in inning number 4. Really in a week like this where the Orioles are playing those 4 games in a row. Cynthia already got the win over Centennial Monday. They play at St. Louis Park and at Andover to close out the week on Thursday. And it really becomes pitching depth. And who you can run out there. And in game 2 of 4 in a row this week for Osseo. So far, so good for Skov. 1-2, hit high in the air and foul. Coming back to the screen and just over. I thought that one might stay in play, but Fino did a good job to come to the backstop and take a look, and the count rides along at 1-2. He's probably relieved not to have that sun out of the corner of his eye right now. Batter his hand. He swings and misses. 6 strikeout. So for the 3rd inning in a row, Skov has had 2 strikeouts. Now Tyler Zach, the catcher for Totino Grace, is going to dig any flight out to center field. Good curveball. Puts it on the ground. Hag grabs it. He's up with it. Throws it across. Got him. So Hag had the error to start the inning. Ends it with a good pickup and throw across the diamond. And the Eagles leave 1. And after 3.5, trail the Orioles here on the CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Move to the bottom of the 4th, and it'll be Skov, Partanen, and Weum. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in that Orioles order as they try to tack on. They have standed 3 through 3. They managed 5 hits in the ball game. 3 in the first. They added a couple last inning, including that RBI single by Braden Hag. And Cooper Scombs going to lead it off. He struck out to end the first. He's done a good job on the mound. Starting pitcher. Once again, Kellen Westfall begins his 4th inning of work for the Eagles. That one smashed foul, well out of play. And 0-1 the count. Scombs done a really nice job. Giving up the hit, a couple of walks now, 6 strikeouts. There's been an error behind him. I'd like to get involved with the bat. There's one inside, 1-1. Definitely advantage this evening being a left-handed batter. He's got that sun right at his back. Westfall's pitch. There's a strike, 1-2. Westfall tonight, a couple of strikeouts. Mentioned giving up the 5 hits. They've played clean behind him. Here's one hit high in the air to left field. Hand drifts back, waits for it, puts it away. Tyler Hand had it measured. There's one away, and that'll bring up Logan Partanen, the center fielder. Partanen lined out to third base in inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Now, I have to admit, I was offered a hamburger or a hot dog a moment ago. I just don't know when I would eat it. It's again the smell of the grill. And they mentioned they're going to shut down the grill here in a little bit. So can still see they're cooking burgers and dogs. Here's one hit high in the air to left. Hand drifts to his left. Center fielder comes over. Franzik makes a play. Franzak actually called him off, so 2 fly ball outs. With nobody aboard, that'll bring up Tyler Williams playing at second base tonight. Williams 0 for 1, fly ball to right in inning number 2. Westfall. This is way outside. That was a good stab by the catcher, Zach. That one high and tight. The old low bridge. Growing up listening to Herb Carneal, describing a game, whether it was at the old Met or somewhere around the major leagues, he knew exactly what he meant with the old low bridge. Now 3-0 to count, so with nobody aboard. Orioles trying to get a base runner on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 3-0 pitch. Missed 4-pitch walk to Williams. That's going to send Brendan Kranz to the plate. He struck out to end inning number 2. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Kranz in the 8-hole. It is the first walk given up by Westfall here tonight. He struck out 2. He had 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Hasn't struck out anybody since. Throw over to first. Diving back in is Williams. This one hit toward third. Stabbed by Hill on a short hop. Threw him out. But that was a good play. And in between hop, and he stabbed it. Threw out Kranz. Good play. Well, the Orioles get a base runner via the walk, but they stranded. We play 4. The Orioles still lead it. Check out that play. It's a good one.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And there you see the cozy trailer where all the magic is made. They should give tours of the truck. It's very cool. All the stuff they pack in there. Cooper Scope begins his 5th inning of work. Starting pitcher for the Osseo Orioles gives up ball 1. Leadoff hitter Braden Morrell, the shortstop. Morrell struck out to end inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Here's one hit high in the air to right. Circling back on it. Sheska, and he made the play. He fooled him, and then he kind of retreated toward the scoreboard and made the play. Morrill retired. He's 0 for 2. And with nobody aboard and 1 away, that'll bring us to the top of the Eagles order, and Jake Rance. Rance 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly ball out. Is out 4-3 in the first and a fly ball to center in the third. Good job by Cooper Scove. 6 strikeouts through 4 1/3. He's given up just a hit. Had 2 errors behind him. But certainly hasn't hurt the Orioles here tonight. The 0-1. This is now 1-1. And a big deal if he can continue to stay efficient and stay on the mound. As we pointed out, with 4 games in 4 days for the Orioles this week, this is game 2 of the week. The 2-1 up high, now 3-1. Anything you can do to save pitching, because once you get later in the year and you get to the sections, etc., and if you want to get on a run, there is a walk. 3rd walk given up by Scove, and how to bring up Molitor. He grounded out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2. See if Rance might be on the move here. There's one way up high. See any activity down the line, but we'll certainly alert you if we do. And that Orioles bullpen, 2-0 now the count. Cooper Scove trying to find the strike zone again. Protecting a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. This one hit in the air to center, coming on, making the catch. Partonen throw back to 1st, not in time. Oh. Ran straight off the bag, almost a double play. That would have been huge for the Orioles. Partonen, though, made a good throw. He has a terrific arm out there. Molitor hit it well, but right at Partonen. And now a 2-away and a runner at 1st. That's going to bring up Gallitzer. Gallitzer walked into 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd. There's ball 1. Partonen's shown off his arm in center field a couple of times. This one hit high in the air to left, carrying deep. Savoravang can't get it. It's out of here. A 2-run home run for Gallitzer. And the Eagles have grabbed a 2-1 lead. How about that? Got up in the breeze and carried out of here. And that's Gallitzer getting congratulated at home plate. A 2-run shot to left. And the Eagles have grabbed the lead. That one's fouled out of play. 1-1 the count. That is Eifert. Eifert 0 for 2. Yeah, Gallitzer, off the bat, it looked like it might be a routine fly ball to left, but once again, in that breeze, just kept carrying and carrying. And Savoravang didn't have a chance. 2-run home run for Gallitzer. And then the 0-2 pitch. It's called strike 3. 7th strikeout of the game for Scove. But the Eagles get a 2-run home run from Gallitzer and grab a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th with the Orioles trailing here on the CCX. There he is, Matthew Gallitzer, the 2-run shot that gave the Eagles the lead a moment ago. Rance had the one-out walk, and then Gallitzer stepped up and hit a high fly ball that kept carrying deep to left field. And just like that, Totino Grace has a 2-1 lead going to the bottom of the 5th, but the Orioles still have plenty of chances. They are going to send catcher Gavin Fino to the plate to get us started. Then to the top of the order, Fino, the number 9 hitter. Fino grounded out in inning number 3. He's 0 for 1, so just like that, one swing of the bat. Kellen Westphal still on the mound. He begins his 5th inning of work, starting pitcher for the Eagles. And all of a sudden, he has a lead. Now Fino in a good spot. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Westphal needs a strike. This one laced to right center field, down for a hit. Fino's going to make the turn. He's headed for second, and he's going to cruise in with a leadoff double. Gavin Fino gets the Orioles going in the bottom of the 5th with a leadoff double. Jordan Severavong will step to the plate. You remember in the 3rd inning, had a one-out single, stole a base, and then scored on the RBI single by Braden Haig.
Stop, Matthew. Stop. You gotta get there. Torino double. Here we go. Want to hear another story? I know it's on high school.
Emergency runner for catching Gavin Fino, number 15.
We're going to get Martin Wolkerstorff for as a pinch runner out there.
Oppo, too. Oppo scoreboard.
Wolkerstorff for will pinch run for the catcher Fino. Now the Orioles in business, down by 1. That one goes all the way to the backstop. And the runner's going to move up to third base. So with nobody out, the Orioles have the tying run at third here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Severavong at the plate. It's 1 for 2. Once again, that single, stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd. He did fly out to right in the 1st. The count is 1-0. No activity in that Totino Grace bullpen. There's a called strike. Off-speed pitch, good pitch. And now 1-1.
Let's go, Cal. Come on, baby. Let's go, KB.
Westfall's pitch. Hit high in the air in foul territory down the right field line. Over. And he can't hang on. Gallitzer hit the 2-run home run to give the Eagles the lead. Got a glove on it, but couldn't hang on. And now the count now 1-2. To Severavong. Jordan got a break there. Waiting on deck, Isaac Johnson. Third baseman for the Orioles. Orioles have the tying run 90 feet away. There's one just outside, 2-2. Good eye by Severavong. This one hit foul down the right field line, well out of play. Two and two the count. Nobody away, runner at third. Tying run for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th. Westphal winds and deals. This one through the hole into left field. That's an RBI single, and we're tied at 2. Wolkerstorff trots in from third. We are knotted at 2, and we're going to get a mound visit. Coach Mike Smith out for Totino Grace, and you see it. Seeing eye ground ball. Eluded Hill. Eluded Morrill. And Severovong has an RBI single. We have a conference on the mound, and that's going to be it. Westfall's going to leave. We're going to get a new pitcher out there for the Eagles. And we'll sort it out. The changes for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tie ball game, quick break here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And we are back. Pitching change. We have a new Eagles pitcher coming in, but you see the head coach, Joe Lavin, for the Osseo Orioles down at third base. And he's got to be happy with what's transpired here in the 5th after giving up the 2-run shot in the top of the inning to lose the lead 2-1. They came right back and tied it up. And Fino, the double, and then Severovong, the RBI single. And we're tied at 2, and the Orioles are in business here at home. And as a result, Totino Grace, head coach Mike Smith, made a pitching change, and now it's Jackson Berg on to try and shut down the Orioles and keep it a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Severovong over at first. We know how good he is. Bunt is down. Off the mound, Berg, throw to first, got him. Oh, that was a nifty fielding play. Severovong moves up with 1 away. That sacrifice. Johnson is retired. That's a good play by the pitcher, Berg. And now that's going to bring up Braden Haig, the shortstop. He has a couple of hits, including an RBI in the 3rd. That gave the Orioles a 1-0 lead.
Let's go, Jay Rand. Go, Jay Rand.
So actually, it's Rance on pitching. My apologies. Rance is pitching for Totino Grace. Jake Rance coming in 3 1/3. He's appeared in 2 games. There's one up high. Once again, Rance came in from second base to pitch. I think it might be Colin Blake now out at second base. We'll confirm that in a moment. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at second, Severovong. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Orioles have tied it up. Rance pitch, curveball, fouled to the screen. And now 1-2 to count. Yeah, and we have confirmed it is Colin Blake at second base. So Blake at second, Rance from second into pitch. That was the pitching change for the Eagles. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way as the Orioles are trying to grab the lead back. There's a big swing and a miss. Actually got a piece of it and goes back to the screen. Just got a piece of it. And like I say, Rance, numbers say third appearance. Giving up 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Certainly taking his time at the moment. His ERA at the moment 10.5. Batter is Haig. There's a curveball chop foul, well fouled, or pass at third base dugout. And the count rides along at 1-2. Braden Haig, 2 hits and an RBI for the Orioles. Fino the double, Severovong the RBI single, driving in the pinch runner, Wolkerstorfer. And then Johnson, the bunt, moves Severovong down to second. That's where we stand at the moment here in the 5th. Rance pitch, fouled out of play. Had a good cut. We'll try it again. That curveball lifted high in the air. It's on the infield. Morrill waits for it and grabs it. He had to fight the wind a little bit. But he staggers and grabs it. And now 2-1. That'll be right fielder Gavin Sheska to take on Rance. Got way up there and he had to fight it. Sheska had a single in the first, grounded out in the third. The 1-for-2. Waiting for the offering from Rance. Jake Rance delivers. High, ball 1. Right at the letters, 1-1. That strike's been called both ways all night. I'm sure umpires might say, wow, you know, top of the zone, but it's been called both ways throughout the ball game. Runner at second, 1-1 pitch, stroke to left. Down for a hit. Severovong with speed around third. He's coming to the plate. Throw is cut off, and the Orioles grab a 3-2 lead on an RBI single by Gavin Sheska. Two on the board for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th, and they get the lead right back. Solid single by Sheska to left. And then you see Severovong rounding third and scores without a throw. It was bobbled a bit in left by hand. Now the Orioles still batting here in the bottom of the 5th. There's a strike. Cooper Scove, starting pitcher, 0-for-2, struck out in the first. Fly ball to left in the 4th. Rance checking Sheska at first, delivers. That one right back to the screen. Scove was right on it. Took it right back to the screen. Totino Grace gets the 2-run home run by Gallitzer in the 5th to grab a 2-1 lead, and the Orioles come right back. With 2 of their own. Way up high, 1-2. Rance delivers. That one hit high and foul out of play. Conrad's along at 1-2. It has turned out to be a chilly night. You see Scove there with one arm covered, one not. Chilly night. Good to be young. 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. And that's fouled by a second base, Blake. No play, everybody's safe. That's probably going to go as a hit. Tough chance for Blake to just get to that ball. It'll be the fourth hit of the inning. And the ninth of the game for the Orioles. You see this. Blake did well just to get to it. That is going to go as a hit all the way. And that's going to bring up Partnan, the center fielder. Partnan 0 for 2. There's a curveball strike by Rance. Orioles are running the third, 2 here in the fifth. Lead at 3-2. They have certainly answered. Rance pitch. This one to hit high and foul. Well out of play, and now quickly 0-2 to Partnan. Number 6 hitter in the Orioles order. Rance pitch, chop foul. Yeah, out in front of that one. Flag's really flying over the center field batter's eye. The wind is certainly not let up. Cloud's definitely thinning out. There's one outside, now 1-2. Seventh player to bat for the Orioles here in the bottom of the fifth. They rallied to grab the lead. Curveball, strike 3. Good pitch by Rance. Pulled the string on it. Third strikeout for Totino Grace pitching, but the Orioles damage done. 2 runs, 4 hits. They grab the lead back, 3-2 through 5 here on CCX. And a gorgeous sunset. We had that rain move through this afternoon, and now a chilly overnight. Once again, a frost advisory for the greater Twin Cities metro area. And the center fielder, Logan Partnan, has come in relief of Cooper Scove. We'll get a look at the new center fielder in a moment. And he'll face 5, 6, and 7, Hill, Westfall, and Hand in this Eagles lineup. Westfall, of course, starting pitcher. We'll see what they do with that spot in the lineup as we move forward. But there's Partnan on to pitch for the Osseo Orioles in this game. And he showed off his arm earlier in the ball game in center field. He's really got a big arm out there. And out to play center field is Savorovong. So Savorovong has moved to center. And then we'll take a look where Savorovong was out in left field. See if we can get a look at the left fielder. Noah Hill digs in for Totino Grace. That one up high, ball one. Orioles lead it here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 more chances for the Eagles to rally. And there's the strike. Hartman really, once again, a couple of throws from the outfield. It's like, whoa, this guy's got a big arm. Ball's reached a couple of times in the game. Had a single in the 2nd. Reached on an error in the 4th. And now the count is 1-2 to him. Offers at a high fastball and comes up empty. 8th strikeout for Orioles pitching. First for Partnan. Look at that one up in his eyes, couldn't lay off. Partnan in his 2nd appearance. He's pitched 1 2/3 coming in. Struck out a couple and walked one. Again, a strikeout here, and it is Westfall. Westfall was the starting pitcher in this game for Totino Grace. Did a couple of pitches from Partnan. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now to count. Cooper Skov, the starter, struck out 7. Gave up the 2-run home run to, now there's another strikeout for Partnan. Quickly 2 away here for the Eagles. Here in the top of the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Tyler Hand, the left fielder. He just went high and tight and blew it right by him. Ball 1. Orioles 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Totino Grace 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Eifert had the 2-run shot to left to give him the lead in the top of the 5th inning, and then Orioles come back and tack 2 on and grab the 3-2 lead. Here's a strike. 2-1 now to count. Partnan in relief of Skov trying to strike out the side here in the 6th. Now 2-2. Totino Grace has not gone down 1-2-3 in the game. But they're on the brink of doing it right now. 2-2. This one lifted in the air and foul. Out of play. Kranz gave chase, but couldn't get to it. Nobody on. 2-2 pitch. Cold strike 3. Partnan strikes out the side in the 6th. Eagles go down 1-2-3 for the first time in the game. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Osseo leads here on the CCX. Fans trying to stay warm here at the ballpark. Memorial Field in Osseo. Orioles bat, bottom of the sixth, leading at 3-2, bottom third of their order. William, Kranz, and Fino to take on Rance, beginning his second inning in relief. There's one hit to short. Morrill up with it, throws him out. William retired. 0 for 2 with a walk in the ball game now. That's going to bring up Brendan Kranz playing down at first base. Struck out in the second. Rounded out in the fourth. Jake Rance came in relief of starting pitcher Kellen Westfall. There's a good curveball strike by Rance. Another curveball. Hill charging, throwing on the run. That gets by first base. Gallitzer. And the runner's going to move up. Kranz going to get all the way to second base on that one. That'll be the first error on the Eagles. Hill charged, threw on the run, but well wide of the bag. Gavin Fino, the catcher. They had a big double in the fifth that certainly got Osseo started in that two-run fifth inning that took them from 2-1 down to up 3-2. Was pulled for Wolkerstorfer, who eventually scored the run, but Fino's double got him going to lead off the fifth inning. He's 1 for 2. Curveball outside, 2-0. There's a fastball up high. Now 3-0. Jordan Savoravong waiting on deck. He's 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. RBI. Had a big game for the Orioles at the top of the order. There's one outside and a walk. So Fino gets on base. Now the Orioles have 2 on and 1 out. And Savoravong will be at the plate.
Courtesy runner for the catcher Gavin Fino is number 20.
We got a courtesy runner. Earlier we had Martin Wolkerstorfer. And now it's David Wolkerstorfer out to run for Fino, the catcher, courtesy runner. We got a conference on the mound between the catcher, Zach, and Rance. Now we're ready to go. Orioles trying to get some insurance. At the top of the 7th looming. Orioles are 4-1 on the year. They won 2 in a row. Eagles 1-5. They won their last time out Saturday at Coon Rapids. There's a strike. The Letters now 0-1. I think they've shut down the grill. I don't see any smoke back there anymore. I think the grill is off. So we move into the late innings. There's one chopped foul. Good fastball there by Rance. Got a good curveball and a pretty live fastball. The 0-2 pitch coming up. That one hit him. That hit him, and now they're loaded. That doesn't feel too good on a chilly night. Gonna bring up Isaac Johnson. Johnson had that double. It was thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple in the first. A couple of ground outs. One out, and they're loaded for the Orioles. Isaac Johnson, chance to break this one open here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ball one there. Now the Eagles are going to talk it over. I don't know if we're going to get a pitching change or not, but certainly huge runs on the base pass for the Orioles in this one. No change. See the home plate umpire jotting down notes about the mound visit. And we'll get right back at it. There you see the runners. Orioles on the pond. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a cool view. Great job by our crew. Battling the elements to get set up, and now chill in the air tonight. Grant's digging a hole. Just one out on the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Johnson at the plate. Big opportunity here. That one hit toward third, grabbed by a hand. He'll come to the plate. Got him. Well, they get the lead runner at the plate. Hand scooped it up. Came home to Zach. Grace is the lead runner. They're still loaded, but now 2 outs. Johnson reaches on the fielder's choice. Now it'll bring up Braden Haig. He has a couple of hits and 3 trips tonight and an RBI. This one line to first. Grabbed by Gallitzer. Hit it hard, but right at first base. The Orioles leave them loaded, but they still have a 3-2 lead. We go to the top of the 7th. Orioles trying to win their 3rd straight here on CCX. The grill is still going, but as was pointed out, this may be for the players post-game. Burgers and dogs, why not? Especially if they get the win over visiting Totino Grace. They lead at 3-2. A quick recap of the scoring. Orioles grabbed that 1-0 lead on that RBI single by Braden Haig in inning number 3. And then Totino Grace, a 2-run shot from Matt Gallitzer in the bottom of the 5th, but that lead didn't last long. The Orioles battle back. They get 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now we have a 3-2 lead and trying to close it out for the Osseo Orioles is starting center fielder Logan Partnan. He's now starting his 2nd inning of relief work. Cooper Skov did the good job, and now we got activity down in the bullpen. Got Quincy Standall down in the bullpen. You saw that shot a moment ago. The count 1-1. Parton trying to get it done here. Got a pinch hitter for the Eagles. DeMarco Cognetta batting for Zach. Cognetta fouls one well out of play. Count 1-2. Looks like Morrill, the shortstop, still in the on-deck circle. But Cognetta trying to get something started for the Eagles here. Smokes one down to first, but it's grabbed by Kranz, and he'll take it to the bag by himself. Good play, 3 unassisted as he stabbed it to his right. Cognetta retired. Hit it hard. Braden Morrill, the shortstop, he's 0 for 2. Digs in. The Orioles now 2 outs away from their 5th victory of the year. 6 starts. Good fastball, strike 1. Well, Parton, when he was playing center field, he made a couple of throws where it's like, wow, he's got a big arm. That one. First base again. Pitcher covering. Just like that, 2 away. Kranz feeds Parton. That is fundamental baseball right there. 3-1 the put out. And out of the top of the order, Jake Rance. Rance started at second base, then came on to pitch. And he's the Eagles' final hope here in the top of the 7th on what turned out to be a chilly evening there. Strike 1. Parton pounding the strike zone. What you like to see with the lead. There's another big fastball, and now it's 0-2. The Eagles down to their final strike. Orioles playing 4 in a row this week. This will be game 2 here tonight. Another fastball. Rance just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count rides along at 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Orioles win it. Logan Parton closes it out. And the Orioles move to 5-1 with a 3-2 victory over Totino Grace. They rally with 2 in the bottom of the 5th to grab the lead, and then Parton shuts the door. The Orioles win it 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Totino Grace 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Big highlight for the Eagles in this game was certainly the 2-run shot by Matt Gallitzer. But the Orioles have won their 3rd straight, and their busy week continues. Once again, they'll be at St. Louis Park tomorrow night, and then at Andover for a matinee on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Eagles back at it at Blaine on Thursday, and then host St. Thomas Academy on Saturday. Big thanks to everyone here at Memorial Field in Osseo. And a big thanks to our great CCX crew. I'm Steve Thompson. There it is, our final score. The Osseo Orioles beat the Totino Grace Eagles 3-2. Have a good evening.